In this next chapter, custom hand control interfaces, you're going to need to install the pen attribute holder 2.05 MS script that ships with the DVD. That should be placed in your 3D Studio Max 6 or 7 or even version 5 STD plugs, STD scripts folder, and then restart 3D Studio Max. Once that's installed and running, you'll be able to pick any object and find it in the modifier list. What we're going to do is we're going to start with a control object on the back of the hand. In this case, I'm just going to use a circle as the control object. I'm just going to place it up in the back of the hand somewhere that's easy to grab. And so that it follows the rig, I'm just going to rig it up, or link it up, to the hand bone so that it follows the hand around. This control object now is going to contain all of the animation tracks for our hand and the control interface stored in the modifier panel. Let's take a look at the pen attribute holder. Open the modifier panel, scroll down, you can see pen attribute holder 2, and add that. It's a nice compressed interface that allows you to be able to do multiple things. Store preset values, add preset values, delete them, delete all, save the presets out to a file, load them in from a file, merge them in from a file, as well as copy and paste the pose from one hand to another, or either from one character's hand to another, even if they're set up the same, and ramp values up and down. Essentially, this is going to be our custom attribute holder, just like we did in the first DVD of the intermediate series, where we used the built-in attribute holder that ships with 3D Studio Max, which is called attribute holder, but doesn't have any kind of control interface to help us deal with poses. What we're going to do is we're going to set it up so that we actually have a spinner and slider connected together. Now you can actually do this in a very easy way. I'm going to say new script, CA equals attributes handcon, we'll call it. Parameters and P. The rollout we'll call hand R. And then a rollout. So I'll explain how this works again. The first statement, attributes handcon, defines an attribute, a custom attribute definition called handcon. We're going to use CA as just a variable and store this whole definition in CA. The first block, the parameter block, stores the parameters that will be used. This is all the tracks of animation that will be used. The rollout holds the interface. This is a rollout. And we need to add parameters and UI items and have them connected together basically, so that when we adjust a rollout item, a UI item, it controls whatever the value is in the parameter. I'm just going to make up a dummy one real quick, and we'll just call this finger. So the parameter type is going to be called finger. The type will be a float value, so anything like 1 or 1.2 or 5.6.